Welcome, the solution seekers. I have missed you guys, and I know that some of you guys are waiting for this video, and I would have put it out way earlier. In fact, the moment I found out about it, but I really wanted to digest it and really understand what was going on because I tell you, the reason why I've been kind of silent the last couple of weeks is because already y'all know this stuff can be so heavy, and it just really got the best of me. And there's just whoops, there's just times where you gotta um realize when you need to take a step back, and that's totally okay to do. And that's what I did. I took a step back. I had to focus on my health and then trying to get through October because I was really having a hard time through the whole month of October. Had a hard time through October, and then all of this happened with the Travis Scott. So let's talk about what this is. And first of all, who is Travis Scott? So Travis Scott, his real name is Joaquez Berman Webster II. He was born April 30th, 1991. So he's what I consider to be young. He is from Houston. He actually was raised by his grandmother from the ages of 1 to 6. And he actually lived in a pretty rough neighborhood. And this is a quote exact from him. Growing up, my grandmother stayed in the hood, so I seen random crazy shit. I saw mad bums and crazy spazzed out motherfuckers. I saw people looking weird, hungry and grimy. I was always like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, out of this shit. It gave me the wedge. And it gave me my edge. It made me who I am. It made me who I am right now. All right. And then he moved on to what's called Missouri City, and that's like a middle class suburban area bordering southwest Houston. And that's when he was living with his parents. That's pretty much all it said about that. So, there's something to that we don't know. But his mother worked for Apple, which is interesting. And his father ran his own business, which is also interesting to me. His father is also a soul musician, and his grandfather was a jazz composer. So Webster attended the high school, graduated when he was 17. He then attended the University of Texas in San Antonio, but dropped out in a couple years into it to pursue his music career, or if you will, signed his contract to the devil. So anyway, so Astroworld, it was sold to Six Flags. So it was sold by the Hofheinz family in 1975. The park later included Six Flags water park, an adjacent water park. Astroworld was permanently closed by Six Flags, and that was back in October 30th in 2005. That was the last night of the Fright Night, the Fright Night Fest, the Fright Fest. So what is the Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival? I didn't even know this existed, but the Astroworld Festival it's a music festival, and it started in Houston by the rapper. And the music, it started in 2018. That was the first one. There's been 3 of them, and I bet this is the last one. I wonder, it almost wouldn't surprise me if this wouldn't be the last one. That's how screwed up society is. But so Scott headlined the festival, and testimonies actually said that there was nobody else playing during Scott's set, and that was at the end of the night. And so all 50,000 people from the festival came over to that stage. They also said that during his set alone, there was almost like a, not almost, there was a barricade around the entire audience, which made it that much harder to get out of the audience. That's why they were having a hard time getting out. They couldn't get out. They were literally barricaded in. And there are pictures and videos, and I'll show you a picture, or it's actually a video of people climbing over the barricade. It's kind of short, like a 3-foot, probably the hard plastic barricade. I'm not sure. So it also included musicians like, past musicians were like Pharrell, Gucci Mane, Sheck West, Marilyn Manson. And I know right there, a couple of them for sure I know are part of the society. But this year, Master P, Metro Boomin, Eve's Tumor, Toro E Moy. Guys, what the fuck kind of names are these? I'm sorry. Forgive me, but I don't even know how you say these names. Okay. But anyway, going back. So Friday's festival was the 3rd year for the event. It was taking place at the NRG Park, which is the former site for the Six Flags Astroworld. There wasn't an Astroworld festival in 2020 because of the coronavirus. So all witnesses' testimonies state that this year's energy was just different from past years, and even from other different festivals they've attended. And you'll see that in different testimonies and videos that you see from witnesses. But they say it was almost like a demonic feeling, heavy and dark, strange, like not normal. I watched a video, and one girl, she said that she's not even a spiritual person, but it was a demonic. She said it was very demonic. So that will be interesting to check out there. In fact, let's see. Let me see, guys. I don't think I have a video of, I'll just, yeah. Okay, let me show you this video here. Just give me a moment. I am not the best with this stuff. Sorry, guys. I had it pulled up, but I guess sometimes it goes back to normal here. So what I wanted to show you guys is, oh crap, you know what I'm going to have to do? I am going to have to share my screen. And so let me do that now. I forget there's all these little things you have to do. That's fine. I just want to share it. All right. That's fine. Just take that away. I'm going to mute that. Okay, so, well, I will, let me let you hear it. Okay. All right, so this is not the first time that I've heard about kind of like a demonic entity being in the area, I guess, if you will. So one onlooker said that he saw something on the stage during the day, plain daylight, walking on top of the stage, or on top of like that mountain thing. And there is a video of it. I don't have the video, but I did see the video, and it looked like one of those what are those, shadow walkers or whatever. That's what it looked like. And then there was like a bird or something, they said, and maybe if this is what they're talking about, I'm not sure, but they didn't know what it was, but it crashed into people. So and maybe this is what they were talking about. You see it, guys? Right there, that shadow looking type of thing. And it's really crazy because us talking about this stuff, people are going to call us conspiracy theorists. Even though, I mean, are we not, like, I mean, you definitely decide on your own, and that's why I'm bringing this information out. I am not telling people one way or the other. I'm just giving people the information that's being put out there and that we're seeing and that we're, being told and fed and everything. But I mean, I personally don't believe in coincidences. I mean, if so, there are a lot of freaking coincidences here. And I'm personally not for Satan. I'm for actually, feeling better. Uh, yeah. So let's see here. All right. So that was kind of like, people were saying that there was like a really demonic feeling. Well, there you go. I'm not sure what that was, but maybe that was partially why it's crazy. So who performed at Astroworld this year? So it was people like Metro Boomin, Master P. So sorry, that was my cat. One thing about Master P, he said before he left the stage, after he was done, he said, um, try not to die tonight. Take that for what you want. I don't know. I'm only repeating what's being said, and there are literally videos to back this up. Eve's Tumor, Toro E. Moy, Don Tolliver, and more were listed to perform. Some of them, I think they all performed earlier, or maybe because I think they did cancel the second day of the concert. So maybe some of them were supposed to play the second day. But Drake made a surprise appearance and joined Scott on stage, which was a live streamed Apple Music event. And that's what that guy was watching that we just saw, was the live stream event. And posted photos and Instagram after that performance. Okay, so Drake is also known to be in the society. All right. So let me just go ahead and share this here with you guys. Let me share my screen. Okay. It's too bad these people end up being the way they are. So this is Drake. He's Canadian. Travis Scott is also from Canada. Well, no, he's from Houston, but I think maybe he lives in Canada or Toronto. I'm not sure. Now that I'm thinking about that, I need to look into that. They both have they have a connection together in Toronto, I believe, somehow. But I wanted to show you guys. It says Travis Scott brought Drake to the Astro Fest in Houston. This is the stage. You can see his shirt plainly. So Travis Scott's shirt has blue people and red people, and it looks like the blue people are going through what looks like a portal. And the red people have like horns, or like their brain is coming out. Something is happening to their head. We have not been able to figure that out, decode that yet. So if any of you guys know, definitely drop that in the comments, because I want to know what that is. But look at that, 4 pillars of flames. Mountain, what the, okay. So right there, to me, it looks like a dune, or doom, whatever the hell they're called, you know what I mean? Look at that, it looks like a portal. It looks like a mountain, you know, a portal, like a doom, like in the mountain. So many different things there. Yeah. That on the inside right there, that's flashing on the very inside, the pupil part, that turns into an eye at certain points of the show. And it kind of looks like, I almost thought like a serpent eye, but it's not a serpent eye. It's like, it's just like a demon eye. Yeah, it's just like a demon eye. And then at times it just looks like freaking hell, like this, and even worse at times. But so let's go to let me show you guys this, the whole the you know, they're really into symbols. Thank you. They're really into symbols, and this is one thing that let me go to it here in my notes before I say something wrong. It's Mount Hermon, and it's in the Bible, and it's also the logo for Paramount, but it's also exactly what it looks like right here. Doesn't that look just like that to you guys? That, like, that looks like it. And so it's Mount Hermon. Well, more than likely, I'll say. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, Hermon means forbidden place. Mount Hermon may have been the port of entry for the wicked angels who corrupted the human race in the days of Noah. Moses wrote, "The sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in to unto the daughters of men, and they were bore children to them, the same became mighty men, which were old men of renown." That's Genesis 6, 1 through 4. So Mount Hermon, the forbidden place, may have been known as, it's known as, may have been the port of entry for the wicked angels who corrupted the human race. Is that where mankind comes from? That Gene Decode always talks about? I'm not sure. It gets pretty deep. More people died than what's being reported. So let me just kind of back up here. So officials are literally declared that they've declared the Houston concert a mass casualty incident. After getting a call Friday evening, the festival that took place at the NRG Park, an estimated 50,000 people were in attendance at what the festival's website considered to be a sold out show. It shows people bum rushing the fence and literally knocking it down. They didn't have tickets. But it also, it's known that Travis is known to kind of encourage people to, what do they call it? Just kind of like just go out of control, basically. To, what did he say? He says a word specifically, and I have it down here, and I'll get to it. But anyway, we'll come back to that. The surge began around the time that Scott, a festival headliner, the founder, took the stage. I'm reading this from, this is the USA Post today, I believe. The crowd began to compress toward the front of the stage, and that caused some panic, and it started causing some injuries. And that is basically what some testimonies that I saw basically said. Like, I saw a full video of this girl, a couple of girls, and their stories matched up. But they said they were waiting all day for like 4 or 5 hours at the stage. And they said it was empty. The stage that Travis Scott was going to be performing at was empty all day. And so they were all just chilling for 4 or 5 hours, waiting there at the front, waiting for him to come on to play that night. And they said that once all the other musicians stopped during the day, that's when all the people bum rushed over to Travis Scott. And that's when the pressure did start to happen, that like surge. I also heard a couple of testimonies say it was almost like this sucking them to the stage, like this energy, like sucking them to the stage. And that's kind of, yeah, that's weird. Okay, so the crowd began to compress, people began to fall out, become unconscious, and it created additional panic. And you'll see it in the videos. It is horrific. Okay. The only reason why I watch this stuff is so that I'm not blind. I mean, it hurts my soul. Okay. Some people aren't playing these videos, but you know what? People need to become aware. People need to see it for their own eyes. So let's see here. Let me see if I can show you kind of a video here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh, I just can't even hardly stand that guy. Okay. So this is at the beginning. This is at the beginning. People bum rushing through the gate. This is during the day. Okay, so as you can tell, this is how people are acting from the very start. I've never seen that at a festival or concert, ever. Okay, so right here. This is another video of them bum rushing. These are people that did not have tickets. So who are these people? I hate to say it, but are they Antifa? Like, are they like some organization that was paid or thinking they're going to get paid? Now, I did watch a video of a security guard, and it was a woman, and she was from the Dallas area, and her husband went, they were asked to be security guards, and she basically said that all kinds of people were security guards there, and they were just like enjoying the show themselves. They weren't even paying any mind because, and at certain points, very quickly into it, there was nothing anyone really could do because there were so many people like this. It was just completely mayhem and out of control. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I'm so glad that I don't like that music. Um, so let's see. The news is reporting 8 deaths. Someone said 10, but I've not seen that in the news anywhere. I've only seen 8. If you've seen 10, let me know in the comments. And so why aren't any of these celebrities talking about what happened? Because there was a VIP section of celebrities, and supposedly like all of these like people were like carrying all these bodies to this VIP section because I guess it was like there was a place on the ground for them to lay them. I'm not sure, but it was like mayhem with bodies. So just going through here. It said as young as a 10-year-old in critical condition. There were scores of other injuries. 11 suffered cardiac arrest. 25 people transported to the hospital. 13 are in the hospital still. 8 died. These stats are very low for 50,000 people. Don't y'all think? But let me show you guys this video that I will have to say is pretty disturbing to me, and it probably will be for you. Yes, it's just, it is just crazy. It is just crazy. I'll spare you the bad music. So this is a child right here. He cannot be more than 8. But then this gives you an example of how crazy and how packed in the audience was. I am going to turn the audio on here because I want you to hear what these children are hearing. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. It makes me sick. And I'm sorry to show you that video because I don't want to exploit. It's crazy. I would never take my child to a place like that. What are people thinking? I mean, how brainwashed do you have to be to allow your child to go there? There was a 14-year-old that was killed. But let me tell you, I said what the media was reporting. Well, that is not what it sounds like really happened. But who's to know? Only you can decide what you think, and we can only think because we weren't there. We'll never know for sure what happened or what's there, what we saw, what they saw, because testimonies and witnesses say that there was bodies all over, not moving. One witness said that there was at least 100 bodies all around him, and that's all that he could see himself. So just think about 50,000 people. But then you had the juxtaposition of that going on, and then people raging above, feeding their energy. Yeah. And there was something here I wanted to tell you guys. There was maybe I can find it on YouTube. I think I forgot to pull it up, but let me see if I can find it. It's a video of Travis Scott saying how it's all about the blood. I don't want to spend too much time here looking for it. I do have it written down here. Okay. I don't, so let me go here. Okay, here it is, guys. Travis Scott himself said, and there is an interview with him saying all of this. It's like at a radio station or something. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or somewhere. It says, I've seen it with my eyes. I saw it. Okay. I'm all about the blood. We got to turn up. I'm not bleeding on stage, but the fans are giving their bodies. It's all about the blood. So take that for what you want. People don't understand that when they show up, that is like giving permission, almost like signing the contract to the devil. There was an entity caught on stage before the event, and I talked about that. People were yelling to stop the show from the very first song, guys. Travis was chanting in a low frequency as people were being lifted up. There were dead bodies or people that couldn't breathe or people that were unconscious, basically. And they were being, carried to the VIP section to the celebrities to be sacrificed, I guess. I don't know. Oh, jeez. God forgive me. So who were these celebrities? I'd love to know, besides Kylie Jenner and all of her friends, who these people were that were there enjoying this show. Because this went on for literally like 45 minutes to an hour, witnesses say. And as you watch videos, it clearly depicts that. So let's just go. And I have a video I'd like to show you on that. Okay. Get out of this. Right here. So when you look this up on TikTok, and you can look this up on your own on TikTok, all you have to do is basically go like search Astroworld, Travis Scott, any of those words basically. But this is at Shoe Baby NW. And you can really hear these two young people screaming to this video camera guy that there's people dead and that they need help. And this camera guy is literally like, yeah, and like way more interested in getting his perfect video shot. Yeah. And those two young people are just, you can tell they're just kind of like dumbfounded. They're shocked. You can tell this young man here is in shock. You can tell that at the very end here. He's like, he's kind of like, he's like, what do I do? Kind of like, man, it's like so messed up, guys. It's like, you cannot like make this stuff up. I mean, people here are calling us conspiracy theorists, and it's like, are you flippant kidding me? Like, how brainwashed do you seriously have? I'm sorry. And see, this is the way we can't be. This is how we can't be, people. Can't be like that. Because it's hard to deprogram yourself. It's hard to deprogram yourself, especially when you don't know that you're programmed. Yeah. Where do you go from that? But I do want to back up, and I want to go through a little bit here and talk a little bit about the stage. So, have you heard of the ocularis infernum? In Latin, it's the eye of hell. So and they say like the symbology is what's going to take them down. Like, I've seen it for a very long time, all the symbology, and I never in my life thought that it would be like this so blatantly out in front of our face, that and people like talking about it like this. I never thought that it would be coming to the forefront, and I really feel like it is really starting to come to the forefront. And this is like an awakening for the youth, almost, in my eyes, right? Like, it's like God is like taking the sword out of his eyes, and like, or his breath, and just being like, poof. That's how powerful God is. But so the ocularis infernum, the eye of hell, is a powerful and omniscient supernatural object that is written in the Arcanum tome as the driving goal of the mythical black zodiac discovered by the demonically possessed astrologer Basilius in the 1400s. So you'll see, we can go through that now. Some of there's actually a lot to show on this. So let's see. I'll show you. This is about stopping the show. A while ago when I was saying they were chanting stopping the show, but you'll also see this. Let's see what we see here. You can see this, the whole mountain stage thing is almost like an eye shape. And you'll see that more prevalent later on in different shows, but let me let you hear this. This is literally like in the beginning of the show. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so all right, here we go. The eye of the stage. So you'll see right here the portal. You'll see at certain points it turns into kind of like an eye. It's kind of hard to see because she's moving around the camera, but you can see there's a better video later on too with the eye. But you can see how chaotic it was. Okay. Now that I'm looking at it, that wasn't a great video. So at the beginning of the show, he came out as this phoenix thing or this bird. No one knows what it is. Everybody just knows it's on fire. That's another thing that's interesting is all the pyrotechnic techniques that was on this show are pretty spectacular. And I'm with other people when I've never seen anything like it. And I've worked on a lot of shows. And maybe, you know what? That does not even look like real. That's not fire. Maybe that's not fire. Maybe that's computer AI. That is anyway, the bird. The bird looked like AI. Now the flames that go up, they look real, but that doesn't look real. That doesn't look like real flames. But it's just interesting. Okay. All right. So right here, this is kind of what I was going into with like the black magic stuff. That is a symbol, like a hand gesture of magic, magicians, warlocks. And it's who knows what that is in the middle. It's black, which could symbolize the mythical black zodiac. I'm not sure. Talking about the ocularis infernum, the eye of hell. All I know is it does look very demonically possessed, right? And that's also omniscient of the ocularis infernum, which the whole stage it's kind of shaped like an eye, but then at the top it's got that mountain, which is Mount Hermon, which is the port of entry of the fallen angels. To me, that picture in the stage also looks like a doom. I mean, a portal, an entryway into the dooms, which is, what it's like also hell, but we all know that what the dooms are. The dooms, there's lots of things that happen in different dooms all around, and that's kind of what they've been doing, is taking out the dooms. But that's a whole different can of worms. If you don't know anything about that, you can always check out Gene Decode, and he is like the master on that. He's the expert on the dooms. But that's what that reminds me of. But also they talk about like the different dimensions of like, the fifth dimension, but we have like 2 dimensions above hell, or below hell, 2 dimensions above heaven. Is that how that works, guys? Let me know. I don't know enough about that. So, but this picture right here is weird, right? It's interesting. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I think there might be something else here. So this is the stage right here. As you can really kind of see that shape now, and you can really see the mountain. And if you put the pictures from that Paramount logo to this mountain scape here of the stage, it's very, it looks the same. And yeah, is it Mount Hermon? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Where am I going here? Okay, there we go. So this literally looks like, it looks like a gate, or like a prison gate. to me, right? Like a gate that you're like, hey, but it's like made of fire. So it's like the gate of hell. And then there's your eyeball in the center. It's weird. It's the all-seeing eye, right? Oh, very disturbing. Very disturbing. And then like the whole time, like they had the lighting system was just like boo 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 boo, which will really mess a person up. There's that mountain stage again. So as you entered the whole festival, you went through this, I don't think it was, I don't know if it was that one. Well, this picture here, so a lot of the marketing, um, it was just like all this weird shit, like going into portals, like this is a roller coaster signifying, I guess, Astro World or whatever maybe, but then people like falling into like this pit of nothingness, probably. I'm not sure. And I can show you guys, we can go here to Travis Scott's Instagram. And mind you, all of this happened and there's nothing that he has said. I mean, I think he said he came on once, but they deleted it or something. So there's that imagery again that I showed you of the magician. But this is like this is like different eyes, like the all-seeing eye. Yep. Yep. And it looks like it's like upon the world that's like kind of gone, that looks kind of like, I don't know, like matrixy almost. So this right here is very interesting. The true dystopia is here. This is highly disturbing, okay? Because this is part of the marketing for this event, and I'm just trying to look up in my notes here about some things here that I've written about dystopia, because I've gotten out of order because I just have started to talk. But okay, here we go. What is dystopia? It's an imagined state or society in which there is great suffering or injustice, typically one that is totalitarian or post-apocalyptic. That shit's nuts. I mean, are we conspiracy theorists? Will you be at the mountain? I mean, I'm just sorry, like, we are not conspiracy theorists. I mean, I'm pretty certain my eyeball. I mean, maybe we're just going down too many rabbit holes. What do you guys think? I know people that would say that that we're just reading too much into it all. Okay, this is his Instagram. All seeing eye again. Okay, so there you go. I did want to show you one thing on Drake's while I'm here that I forgot to show you. because like I said, Drake is part of the society. Okay, so right here, I don't know who these people are. I really don't, but they're all making hand gestures of the society. And not just the society, but ugh, let's see, 666, baby. Yeah, it's so disgusting. I'm sorry. It's disgusting, people. Okay. So they also talked about graphene oxide being used at the festival. Who knows if that's true? So that's a super elastic and highly conductive, enabling it to even enter the brain very evenly and like easily. It really screws up the lungs. Um, people were going through this cardiac arrest and like convulsing and seizing. This stuff will cause that. Um, graphene oxide, it's 200 times stronger than steel. It's a conductor of heat and electrical energy. And they say that it possibly reacted to people who are jabbed and or with like the 5G stuff. So I'm no expert in any of that. I don't know. That's just stuff that I have been kind of dissecting through information. But something to kind of think about there. So let's see here. So all of you guys know that I have been kind of talking about this kind of stuff for a while with the Kardashians, and I'll just kind of go through it right here. So it even says, let me just come here. This is the satanic calendar right here, and the highest ritual holiday is the member's birthday. So I know that Kendall Jenner just had a birthday, literally during Samhain's time, which is basically it's Samhain. Let me go through this. Is a time-honored tradition followed by witches, Wiccans, ancient druids, and countless other modern pagans across the world. Celebrated as October turns to November. Samhain is a festival of the dead, meaning summer's end. And though you're probably tempted to pronounce it Samhain, it's actually pronounced Samhain or Samhain. Ancient Celtic religion, one of the most important and sinister calendar festivals of the year. At I want to say Samhain, and that's just how I'm going to say it. Held on November 1st, the world of the gods was believed to be made visible to humankind, and the gods played many tricks on their mortal worshippers. It was a time fraught with danger, charged with fear, and full of supernatural episodes. Sacrifices and appropriation of every kind were thought to be vital, for without them, the Celts believed they could not prevail over the perils of season or counteract the activities of the deities. Wow. Okay. Samhain was an important precursor to Halloween. Okay. And that's what they're saying that this could have been part of, but you'll see here, and this is why I had such a hard time doing October, guys, and I know I showed you guys this in one of the last videos that I've done, but you can just go through here yourself here, like I mean, all through the year they're doing rituals, sacrifices, all kinds of stuff. But if y'all remember that video that I did of Kylie Jenner, that one that was so disturbing to me about her drenched in blood and just literally like, and it was all like sexualized and everything. Yeah, I think that I've kind of found out, and this makes sense because even right here, October 30th, 31st, it says blood and sexual. Even above that, there's just some like sexual, like um times, I guess, is when they like the type of ritual, I guess. And I know an ex-occultist could explain this stuff way better than I could. Thank God that I don't understand this and don't really know, right? But anyway, so let's go to Kylie Jenner again. And for those that did not watch that video of Kylie Jenner, if you haven't watched it, I did a video a while back about how she's a freaking Satanist. Not even just a Satanist, but well, her sister is a high priestess, Kim. I honestly want to say Kylie is too. I really think Kylie is possibly a queen of darkness. She might be, and that I think maybe that's higher than a high priestess. I'm not really sure, guys. I'd like to know too. I would like to know too. Okay. I've shown you all of this stuff. But where's the one that I really wanted to show y'all? I like looked at it today. This shit's disturbing too, trust on that. I'll just show y'all this because I don't know where it's at. But supposedly one of the offerings that these people, and I don't know if if it's just high priestesses or what, but that they have to offer themselves in their own menstrual blood. Yeah, during this time of year, during those like October ritual crap. So I don't know. I'm wondering if I'm on the correct. Wondering what I saw earlier and why I'm not seeing it now. Maybe I'm on Kylie. It was literally like her in blood sitting there, kind of like this picture, but with blood like this. And I'm not sure why we're not seeing it now. I literally saw it today. Maybe it was under Kylie Cosmetics, which would, I don't know. I don't see it here. And this is not what I was on earlier. So I don't know. I need to not be following that shit though. That's all I do know. Okay, so it was Kendall's birthday. That's so weird that I am not seeing that picture of Kylie that I wanted to show you guys. Because it was a new picture and it said it was because I checked the date even and it said October 11th and I was like, huh, how did I miss that one? I just don't remember it. Maybe it's on the video that I posted, but I just don't remember that one. And it's one specifically I wanted to show y'all. Oh, shoot. All right, so let me go back to this share screen and just kind of show you guys some of these videos here before we close out. So this, let me show you. This is the barricade that I was talking about that surrounds the audience. You see how compact they are? People trying to just climb over as much as they can and get out of there. People passing out. People basically being lifted over the crowd as people in the also are like dancing and kind of being oblivious as to what's happening. Kind of strange. This right here, this is I don't know if you've ever been in a mosh pit, but they're pretty scary. It's not something. I went to a concert here in Amarillo back when I was I might have been in high school still, or right out of high school, and there was a mosh pit that broke out. I can't even remember what the band was, but it is frightening. So I can't imagine being in a crowd like this and almost being right in the middle of a mosh pit. That would be very scary. Mhm. It says before it got worse, we were getting so badly squished. We got lucky we got out. It was so scary. Travis Scott. This is where you can see in the middle where the eye is in the portal, it says, see you on the other side. You can see right here, a really good picture of the tunnel or the dune or portal, however you want to look at that. Stop the show. This is Travis Scott. Open your eyes to a whole new universe. Creepy. There's one here that I'm trying to find. Right here. This is probably the most disturbing one. This so one thing that I forgot to talk about were the frequencies. And this is something that I always talk about and teach about also in the stuff that I do for my job, for my work. And so frequencies literally are so important. And we vibe at a 432 hertz. That's what creation is made at as well. That is what nature is. That is why we vibe most with nature. Some frequencies, and this is scientifically proven, that some sounds and frequencies make you anxious, make you more mad and sad. There's also sounds and frequencies that make you more happy, make you more uplifted, frequencies that are actually healing. And we know this scientifically. Okay, this is a scientific. There are lots of studies with this. I'm trying to find my notes on this, so hang tight. But basically, some of the witnesses were saying that all day long there was this weird frequency sound being played throughout the day, making people freak out. And they were like different sound waves. Does this have something to do with the 5G and how it connects to people with the jab? I don't know. We know that, and I talked about, we know that certain sounds make people anxious. We know some frequencies help to heal. So why are these musicians creating music that is just piercing to the soul? And here's some here, and you're going to hear Travis Scott. He's kind of like chanting or singing, if you will, I don't know, with the auto tune on. And literally, it's almost like people are like reaching, trying to like reach and like trying to like try and drag themselves out of this hole. That's what this looks like to me. Okay. And the sound and like people are being drug out, being lifted up over the crowd, being, and they're like unconscious. This is so disturbing. And mind you, him and his girlfriend Kylie even came out and said they had no idea all of this was happening. How could you be, especially where she was? I can halfway understand with him, just because being a performer myself, having the lights being at you, you literally cannot see what's in front of you. But surely at some point within an hour, you could have heard people chanting, "Stop the show, stop the show." At some point, do you not connect to your audience enough to like know what's going on? That's what's really strange. And I just don't buy it, quite frankly. But who's to say? And I'll let you figure that out for yourself. Everybody has their own opinion, because honestly, that's just what this is, an opinion, because we're never going to know the truth of anything, quite frankly. I don't know how we will ever really truly know the truth of any of it. But Kylie Jenner, she had front row seats. In fact, it looked like where she was at, she was almost like surrounded by the audience. So how could she not see what was going on? All right, let's take a look at this. So this shot fired, and no one has talked about this. I don't know what that was, but as soon as that happened, you heard more screams. But before that happened, people were screaming. So let me rewind this. It's almost like whatever happened, more chaos happened, and you could hear somebody saying, "Help her, help her," right after that shot happened and all that chaos happened. See, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments if y'all have a clue. All right. Looks like we went through all of these. Yeah. All right. So it does look like we went through everything. I would love to hear your opinion about everything and leave it in the comments. Other than that, hopefully we'll get some answers about all of this. Really and truly, the only answers that I would like to see are some arrest. And until something like that happens in front of our face, then I won't believe that anybody's on our side. But until then, we are the Solution Seekers. And if you liked this episode, definitely ring that bell, ring that, or push that like button. That really helps to push us up in the algorithm. And yeah, guys, leave a comment for me. Let's chat. And I will see you in the next episode of The Painful Truth.